Hey everybody, it's your favorite girl, who vocal with AJ Reese. So we talked about accountability. We did a part one and a part two. When I say we, I mean you and I, us. We did a part one and a part two, and I just wanted to continue to talk about it because it is so vital and it's necessary forever. It's vital and necessary forever. It's not just a one-time thing. It is a forever learned lesson and lifestyle that we should have. So again, you know your girl, I like looking at stuff and just comparing notes and all of that. And I was looking at accountability um from a workplace perspective as well. And again, it's a lifestyle. So being accountable is a component that's necessary for us to grow as individuals and corporately, whether it's at home, in your marriage, as a parent, as a supervisor, as an employee, all of those things. So accountability means being held answerable for accomplishing a goal or an assignment. It's unfortunate the word accountability often connotes punishment or negative consequences. That we can go a lot of different ways with that, but however, um, we shouldn't always attach it to negative consequences. It has negative and it has positive outcomes as well. So um, I believe everybody, regardless of who they are, should be held accountable, and everybody's going to be at a different level of accountability. As a parent, when you're raising children, if they are a toddler, you're teaching a toddler after they play with their toys. Just play the little, what's that? Clean up, everybody, everywhere, clean up, everybody, do your share. You're training and teaching that child how to pull their own weight. But if you're running behind them and you're cleaning up everything behind them, and all they continue to do is destroy everything, there's no accountability. Because in their mind, oh, I can destroy and tear up everything. My mom got it, my dad got it, or my mom got it, or something like that. And it's no, you need to teach them. It starts at home. But the other piece becomes, and I know that's a whole other segment, and trust me, I will get to it, is the parenting piece. Some parents don't have the skills to be able to raise the child in a manner that would make them upstanding citizens. And it's not me throwing shade or anything like that. You don't know what you don't know. And a lot of times, people who do have it, they become very offensive because it's almost you think somebody's attacking you, and we're not. I did listen. Where I'm at today and what I have under my belt now, I didn't always have. It's called go and grow, and God will place people along the way. hmm Good leaders and managers and overseers will monitor the growth and the development. You know how you take your child to the doctor and they have that chart to see how much they weigh and how much they're growing in length, like height? Yeah, so they can track data. hmm Yeah. So, again, accountability is a component that's necessary for life. It's for life. So, as I was reading through some information that I was looking up, and yes, I'm sitting in my car. I sure am. AJ Vocal with AJ Reese is sitting in her car, boo. She sure is. Yes, she is. I just got off from work and I said, let me get it done now. I don't want to be sidetracked, but I'm being accountable. What? Because I'm making sure that I come on and present what I have. Because I said what? Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? Yeah, I sure did, y'all. I sure did. So accountability can be given in different steps, and it has steps, and it says the first three steps, what we call the mention, the invitation, and the conversation. Again, the mention, the invitation, and the conversation. A lot of people like to skip over the conversation. They like to skip over what? The mention and the invitation. And then we wonder why we keep seeing the same poor outcomes. We're going to continue to see it. We're going to continue to see it if we don't deal with it, even in our families. We will continue to see the same results in our families. We want better, healthier relationships. You may be willing to hold that conversation that's needful and necessary, but the other person may not want to. And one of the things I say is, that's fine if you don't want to, but you won't find me there continuing that what they call it, mediocre routine of engagement. I'm not doing it. I won't be there. You won't find me. In fact, I'll be off. Off what? Off you. I don't make announcements. I just do it. Anyway, the first two steps cover the essential skills of naming, framing, and unpacking performance issues in a way that quickly moves from surface level events to meaning and actionable personal growth themes. That's back to what I talked about before. How can we expect great outcomes if we're not willing to go through the steps of learning and exploring what accountability is and what it looks like? You go on your job, accountability is that you are expected, if you're due to be at work at 6 a.m., not 6:10, not 6:15, 6:20, 7 o'clock. All no. I literally watch people that I know show up late every single day. And I'm just like, how? How? And you're okay with that. But then I have to go to management. Knowing what you know, why haven't you've done the mention, the invitation, and the conversation? Because these are some of the things that definitely need to be had. So let's talk about the mention. The mention is the first step, is naming small but problematic behaviors in an informal way in real time. Mhm. In real time. What does that mean? Hey, can I see you for a minute? Can we talk? Because now I want to start to discuss what I've been noticing, some patterns, some trends, some behaviors that are coming to the surface. Most times, we have waited until stuff have blown way out of proportion. Now we got a crisis on our hands. You ever see people, okay, I'm going to use it for instance, on the news, when there have been some major devastating things that have happened on these jobs, and then the minute the ones who are yet still around, the news reporters will start to, interview them and start asking questions about that, individual suspect or whatever. What were they like? Who were they? How were they on the job? And they start saying, well, everybody been saying this person is bang, 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 bang. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. For leaders, it's been some issues going on. Everybody said it. People have been complaining. So what's the holdup? What's going on here? Why haven't you? Why do we always wait until it has totally blown and exploded? Now all of a sudden, oh my goodness gracious, it is a problem. It's been a problem. It's been a problem. One of my behavior health professors, Professor Sonny, y'all hear me talk about him from time to time. He was one of my absolute favorite professors. He said, safety is the default. Most times we ignore all the red flags. We ignore all the detours, all those signs that are warning us there are things going on, and we will yet skip over it. Then the outcome of it is very negative, very poor, and very impactful. Now, a lot of people's lives have been devastated and rocked because management, upper level management, have chosen to opt out. Just because you've chosen to opt out does not mean you are off the hook. You are still accountable. You're still accountable. And there are a lot of management, they don't like these kind of conversations. They don't feel like we have the right to hold this with them. But no, it is very true. And again, it's not just for management. If you are parents, you are managers of your children. Now, if they grown, that's something different. So again, you start to see things when they're younger. Deal with it. If you need help, get that village to help you. And if you don't like how they discipline, because that's just not what I do, guess what? Put your big girl drawers on, sirs. Put your big boy boxers on. Just because they discipline different from you doesn't mean it's not needed and necessary. You need some discipline too as parents, as friends, as family members, as co-workers, as neighbors. We have to hold our neighbors accountable. We do. For what? Their conduct. You may live in that home, but I don't want to hear your party going on 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. I don't want to hear that. It's disrespectful and it's inconsiderate. And we need to hold you accountable by doing what? Hey, can I see you for a minute? Can you please kind of turn that down? And even though, don't get me wrong, you have to be prayerful on how you approach, and God will give you a strategy and a remedy. I remember when before I met my husband, I was living, in the Northeast on my own, and these neighbors moved next door, and they had a dog, a little, I think it was a Chihuahua or something. All of a sudden, I'll come out in the morning, this dog poop on my step. I do not play them games, and I'm an animal lover to the core. I don't play those games. You must be accountable for your animal, your fur baby, whatever you want to call him or her. Pick up after your animal. So when I would come out in the morning, it was early, and I said, wait a minute, hold up. Then when I would come home from work, on the bottom, I said, oh, So I remember I was going to approach them, but I wasn't in the right attitude and mindset. I wasn't. I was heated. So I had to wait, and I had to talk to God. I had to pray to keep me where I need to be. Forget them, me. Well, he did it. He set up a platform where I wrote one morning I'm leaving out, and her and her dog is out there. I came out the door. We locked eyes, face to face, and I said, "Good morning, good morning." I said, "Question: Is your dog pooping on my step?" Oh no, no. I. No. As long as I've been around there, nobody else's dog was pooping on my step. You have to come up a first flight of steps and then go up the second steps to get to my porch. Well, where my porch was at is where this dog was pooping. I don't think so. No, no, boo. No. So she was like, oh, no. And I'm like saying to myself, you lying. And I said, well, whoever's doing it, I said, I'm going to take this a bit further with cameras. All of a sudden, it just stopped. No more pooping. All of a sudden, it just mysteriously stopped. Yeah, because it was your dog. That's why. You and Fifi. Mm-hmm. Precious. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I love animals dearly. But that's one thing you're not going to find me co-signing. Absolutely not. No, no. I get mad when I see people with animals and they just letting them poop and all that in front of other people. I have a huge problem with that. It's disrespectful and it's nasty. But that's the problem. Nowadays, we're finding people do not want to be held accountable. They will surely give you a tude. A what? Attitude. Yeah. People who genuinely care about growth, your growth, my growth, our growth, they going if they really trying to see you grow and produce the right thing, out of love, they're gonna come to you and say, hey, listen, we need to have a conversation. We need to talk. Some people think not addressing issues is helping you. It's not. It's not. It's not helping you. It's not helping you or them. It's not. I done been there. I've been there. I done been there, baby. Oh, have I been there. Sometimes people think conflict adds up to, you got to be fighting and brawling. No. As adults, I thought we could talk about it. Even if we walk away not agreeing, but you do know if I'm your leader and I'm your manager, you will suffer consequences, because I'm gonna make sure of that. Because again, the mention pulling you to the side. Hey, just want to let you know. And if you continue, now is the verbal, not the verbal. We don't have the verbal because that's a part of the mention. It goes into the next phase, which is then you get a write up. You're gonna see it. You are. Hmm. So there's so much more I want to talk about. We coming back with another part, so don't worry about it. But I'm at past my time. I've given myself the time. God bless you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. It's beautiful out here. Like I said, I'm sitting in my car. I'm sitting in my car, but it's okay. So you guys enjoy. You'll hear from your favorite girl, your favorite girl. You will hear from me probably over the weekend. Probably over the weekend. Probably over the weekend. Yes. Yes. My husband and I, we're coming up on our 2-year anniversary. So, isn't God good? He sure is. Love you guys. God bless you. Don't forget to click, share, and subscribe. Click like, share it, and get others to subscribe. Go ahead. Put your girl out there. Put your girl out there. Love you guys. God bless. And have the best day ever. Have the best weekend ever. Finish strong every day.